I started doing kettlebell swings. And once I started doing kettlebell swings, I started feeling soreness in places that I never even knew that I could feel soreness. I started to become more aware of my body. And that awareness of my body, it was very empowering, and it was intriguing, and it made me curious as to what else I could achieve. Okay. And after working with a kettlebell for about another 6 months or so, I would do 3 sets of 10, and I started doing that twice a week. So I swapped out my walking for the kettlebell swings, and I started doing that twice a week. Still incorporating my yoga. At that point, I started trying Pilates. So I did Pilates one night, yoga one night, and again, all from home. Kettlebell swings were at home. The Pilates and the yoga were from home. And at that point, I was about a year into exercising pretty regularly. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were days where I only did 2 nights a week, maybe even 1 night a week. But for the most part, I made a commitment to stick to 3 nights a week, and I did that most of the time. Holidays, Thanksgiving Day, I was exercising. I mean, I was just very, very committed. The days that I did not feel like exercising, I mean, I allowed myself to rest, and I just picked up right where I left off. I never allowed myself to be discouraged by a cheat day, whether that be a meal or lack of exercise. I just kept pushing forward because I knew that, be careful, I knew that if I just stuck to it and commit to it, that I would start seeing results. So after about the first year of just doing that, along with some diet changes that I'll discuss in another video, I lost about 30 pounds just by doing that. Once I became comfortable with the kettlebell, doing kettlebell swings, I started doing overhead snatches, and I started just exploring with the kettlebell. And the only way that I was able to learn about kettlebells and how to use them at that point was via YouTube. I would look up videos, kettlebell workouts, and I would just practice from home, and I did it from home. And the exercise routines that I liked, I would carry those on for a few months, and then I would switch it up. I kept my routine interesting. I never stayed at the same thing. I constantly kept it changing. If I didn't feel like doing cardio one week, then I wouldn't do cardio, and I would just do kettlebell. Another way that I would incorporate cardio in my diet or in my exercise routine was jump roping. I mean, who knew jump roping was that much fun? I had totally forgotten how much fun jump roping was. And let me tell you, it is a workout and a half. I mean, it is tough. It's not easy whatsoever to incorporate jump roping and then try incorporating kettlebell swings in between. But yeah, I started doing that. After about a year, I decided that I wanted to try joining the gym. After I joined the gym, I tried to start pushing towards 4 days a week, and I would take, no, please don't sit on this yet. I started going 4 days a week, and I would do cardio, I'd run, I would take cardio kickboxing classes, strength training classes, I did Pilates, I did yoga. And I kept my routine different. I kept it changing so that it was fun and it was never the same thing. But let me just get into running. Running was something that I've never been a natural at. It's always been very difficult for me, and I still have a hard time with running. It doesn't come as easy for me as it does for some people. The first time that I ran on the treadmill, I ran for about 4 minutes and I gassed out. I was so exhausted. I'm not even kidding you. But I had to learn how to become comfortable with that sensation of being out of breath and the feeling of sweating and just that uncomfortable feeling. And I think that that's where a lot of people, stay over here. I think that a lot of people struggle with that feeling of being uncomfortable some people, the second that they feel that uncomfortable feeling of, oh my goodness, I'm pushing myself now, they instantly quit. And I mean, I think a lot of people, along with myself included, a lot of people think that exercise is supposed to be this like easygoing feeling. I feel a little bit winded and I'm okay. Or some people think that, oh, she can do it because it just comes natural to her. And let me tell you, that's wrong. Because running is something that I am telling you, running is something that tests my patience every single time I do it. In the beginning, I couldn't run more than 4 minutes without being out of breath. And today, I run about 30 minutes and I'm out of breath. And that's not great. That's not my best anyway. For me, I should be running better. But now I can run about 3 miles, and it's exhausting, and it took a lot of hard work to get there. And I just kept telling myself, all right, well, today I ran up to 5 minutes. Next time I'm going to run for 7 minutes. Next time I'll run for 10 minutes. And if I couldn't reach that goal, then I would just try again. Okay, I couldn't run for 10 minutes this time. I'll try again. And then once I finally got there, again, I kept pushing myself more and more, and that's what I did with running. So after about a year of going to the gym and just doing it the only way that I knew how, taking classes and cardio, I decided that I would, after a year and a few months actually, I decided that I wanted to start lifting weights. And so I went to bodybuilding.com and I started looking at some workout routines there, or what I could do to lift weights.
I'm gonna rest.
Okay, rest here. Thanks. I started seeing what I could do as far as weightlifting goes. But I realized that it was a whole other monster that I needed help with. And I was having a difficult time lifting weights. I'm not very strong naturally, so I was having a hard time with that. And I started to get really frustrated, and I kind of started to revert to old ways, and I found myself making poor nutritional choices. And at that point, I started to gain some weight back. I gained about 8 pounds back. I think it was about 8 pounds. It was over the course of several months. But I gained about 8 pounds back, and I decided, all right, let me just stop right here. I don't want to end up like many people do after 2 years of weight loss. That's when most people start to gain it back, and I was aware of that, and I didn't want that to happen. So I had heard about CrossFit, I don't know, about 2 years ago, but I knew that I was not fit. I wasn't ready, or I felt I wasn't ready, mentally, emotionally, physically, so it was something that I never looked closely into. But after about 2 years of regular exercise, I decided, you know what, I think I'm going to give this a shot. So I signed up for a free course, the trial class, and I tried it out. And I don't mean to scare anyone out there, but I was sick. I felt ill. I think it was partially because I was sort of dehydrated that day, but it was enough of a challenge. It was a challenge, but it wasn't too terrible. It was enough that it intrigued me and it made me want to sign up. So I signed up, and I've been going to CrossFit now for 2 months. Since May, June, July. We're going on 3 months on the 15th. And beautiful. Sit here. I'll sit here. So I've been going for it'll be 3 months on the 15th, and it's been excellent. I can't say enough good things about CrossFit. I know that some people are against it, for whatever reason. There's many reasons why people are against it, but CrossFit for me has been life-changing. I mean, I'm learning the proper form, how to lift weights. I'm working with a team of people. I mean, there's always this like sense of camaraderie. If you can't do it, there's always someone there that will just push you and motivate you and come on, you can do it. I mean, I love that. The coaches are so informative. They're very well informed. They're always willing to offer some helpful advice. They're there with you every step of the way to work on your form to make sure that you're lifting properly and you're not doing more than your body is supposed to, or that you're capable of doing at that time. And I love it. And I have since that down, I don't know what to call it, that time where I started to gain some weight back. I've since lost those 8 pounds plus 2. So to give it a shot. I mean, you've got nothing to lose, but you can lose some weight and learn some things. So it's great. And on that note, when I've got this little one here ready to come in the shot. But on that note, let me just say a few things. I encourage you to just try. If you've never tried any sort of fitness routine, just try. Give yourself a week. There were days where I just didn't want to go to the gym, and what I said to myself was, I'll give myself 15 minutes at the gym. I'm going to commit to at least getting there, even if I just get there and turn around and go home. But I told myself that I would at least get to the gym and then negotiate with myself once I got there. And I would say, okay, 15 minutes on the treadmill, and then I'll renegotiate. And by that point, I had already got the blood flowing, and I've already woke up, and I've got those endorphins from exercising, that I would just stick to it and commit to it. And let me just encourage you that it is possible to lose weight. It's possible to commit to a workout program and see results. Just you need to stick to it, and you need to commit to it. Make that promise to yourself that you're going to do it. And I mean, don't give up. You can do it. I am living proof that it's possible. And make that commitment to yourself. You are worth it. And you're worth giving yourself that time. And even if it's half hour for 3 days, but just do it. You can do it. I am living proof. It's possible. And I hope that I can encourage you and inspire you to start a fitness routine. I hope to eventually start posting in more detail some workout routines that I have done in the past. And let's, I guess, tell me what your fitness goals have been, if you've reached them, what your struggles have been. And I'd love to hear from you. So
You still have the boo-boo?
I still have a boo-boo. I have a blood blister. So just give it a shot, and I thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already,